So BFAP, we've been doing the baseline for over 20 years now, 2 decades. And the exports and international markets are one of the key drivers for the agricultural sector in general. What we're looking forward to is to share information, the discussions and insights from the data gathered and information around international exports, the developments of the last few years. The current activities globally in terms of what has been going on, the geopolitics have a negative impact on exports. So these are some of the issues that we'll be exploring, sharing, and having discussions with the audience today. Actually, for South Africa, competitiveness doesn't come easily, but for us, given the nature of our location, it's core to our agricultural business. And I'll give you three reasons. The first one being the fact that the key markets that we're looking into are in the Northern Hemisphere. So the counter-seasonality actually helps us. In as much as we still need to compete and comply, it is important that we stay in the game for that reason. Secondly, if you look at the past 10 years, or almost 15 years if you like, our domestic economy has not been growing. So we need a driver. What we produce, given the competitiveness that I have just described, we need to find markets for those. So the local market, if it's not growing, be it the numbers, be it the incomes through economic growth, then we have to look elsewhere. So international markets where we are competitive actually release that pressure of not having to deal with lack of growth domestically. Personally, I think it becomes part of the DNA. If you look at the history of South Africa, the path that we have been, and I can go back to pre-1994, where South Africa was sanctioned by a number of international institutions and countries, but the country still had to exist. Farmers still needed to survive under extreme and unfavorable conditions globally, and both we're referring to man-made conditions, the natural conditions, biological conditions in terms of diseases and so on. And through all those struggles, our farmers adapted. There is a saying that what doesn't kill you makes you strong. Farmers found ways, farmers made plans under different circumstances, and even when these kind of harshest conditions exist, farmers do not give up. But the technology, the advanced training, learning, the capacity help to find solutions under such difficult conditions. I would not say change is needed, but obviously there are areas where we really need to strengthen our ability as well as the forces that enable us to compete. You mentioned infrastructure. Of course, we have roads, we have rail that can improve to make access to those markets easier. We have ports that for the longest period have been going, challenges. So we're still not able to move goods as fast as we would like to, and that comes at a cost. We need those kind of developments. On a policy per se, of course, we need policy adaptation. We need other diplomatic engagements, as I started with the examples of what other countries are putting in as measures, be it protective or looking into some of the international issues. Our policy needs to be strengthened. Our engagements with those particular markets can be better. So yes, we do need some adaptation, some changes, but strengthening overall. As I started by saying, we are already competitive, but we can get better. But we also need enablers, like you said, policy, regulatory compliance, infrastructure that is smooth and enables the exports and market developments at large.